Do you want to have the confidence to truly rock retirement? Well, I'm going to show you how on the Retirement Answer Man Show. Welcome to the show. My name is Roger Whitney. I am your host, and this is a special episode. You notice it's not Wednesday, it's Monday, the last day of the month. Well, the second to last day of the month of this month-long series on women, money, and retirement. And the reason we're having this special episode is at the beginning of this month, when we were exploring this theme, I reached out to some very wise financial planners, certified financial planners that are women, asking them for bits of wisdom to help you on your journey to rocking retirement. And so that's what this episode is. We're going to share in their own voice, in their own words, bits of wisdom to help you along your way. So let's check it out.
This is Cristina Guglielmetti from Future Perfect Planning in Brooklyn, New York. My recommendation involves your 401k contributions. If you haven't updated your contributions in a while, but your salary has increased, it bears a review. Set a target goal for how much you would like to be saving each year. Is it 10% of your salary? 15%? If it's a lot more than your current contribution rate, closing that gap all at once might mean a big bite out of your take-home pay. Check in with yourself here. Even if there's enough money to absorb the reduction, a sudden change like that might be hard to sustain. And I'm all about making small, repeatable changes that can be kept up. We don't get anywhere if we can't maintain the plan. So instead, bump up your contribution amount by just a little, maybe 1 or 2%, and then set a reminder to do it again every quarter until you reach your target percentage. You'll be there before you know it and will barely notice the reduced take-home. And if you're already contributing the maximum amount to your plan, congratulations and well done. If you're still wondering what else you can do, consider an investment account beyond your workplace plan. Research whether a traditional IRA, Roth IRA, or taxable brokerage account is best for your circumstances or needs, or ask a planner to help make the decision. Then apply the same principles, regular investment intervals, and automation. Set a schedule and dollar amount that works for your cash flow, and it will just work in the background until you need to make a change to it. This is applicable to everyone, but is particularly important for women to prioritize their long-term investing and saving. We tend to live longer, so the money needs to last longer. Culturally, there may still be an expectation that we take care of others before thinking of our own needs. But we really do have to normalize putting our own financial oxygen mask on first. Thanks for having me on, Roger.
Hi, Roger. This is Jean Mepham of Algon Financial Advisors. When it comes to women, money, and retirement, I find that one's mindset and attitude towards the subject to be key and something that greatly determines the strategy and tactics used in this space. So today I won't go into any technicalities, but instead I'm going to share 3 pieces of advice my mom gave me growing up as far as money is concerned. They continue to shape my mindset and greatly impact my attitude in just about everything in life, not only money. I grew up in a different country, different culture, different environment, in a very male-dominated society where education was very competitive, and yet it was a key factor to future success. At the same time, I saw girls drop out of school due to teenage pregnancies, early marriages, and just different family situations. So keep this in mind as you listen to the advice my mom gave me. I believe your listeners will hopefully find it as helpful as it's been to me. The first thing she said to me was, Jane, before you settle down, make sure you can support yourself financially. I don't want you to ever have to stay in a bad situation because you have to rely on somebody else to support you. Number 2, and I'll sort of quote her on this, she said, don't eat your future today, however enticing that is. Regardless of how tight your budget is, how much you make, how big your family is, you need to prioritize and find ways of saving for the things that you want to accomplish in future. In other words, saving was not negotiable. The last one really has impacted my life and probably explains a big part of why I am in the industry today. It goes something like this. If something affects your life, especially on a daily basis, then it's important. If something is important, then you need to learn all you can about the subject. You don't need to become an expert or know everything, but you need to know enough to the point where you can make independent, smart decisions about your life with respect to that particular subject. Money falls neatly into this category. I hope your listeners find this helpful, and I hope it helps them come up with the right mindset and attitude that will impact them positively as far as money and retirement goes. Thank you, Roger. Bye.
Hey there, I'm Stephanie Sammons. I am the founder of Sammon's Wealth Management, and I also have a podcast called The Retirement Money Gal. Here is my one proactive step to improve your retirement and money game. Figure out what your one thing is and align your financial life with that one thing. I did some deep thinking about this several years ago when I left my role of a financial advisor and manager with a big corporate financial firm. And I was very unhappy. It was a very toxic environment. So I did a lot of soul searching after that. And I read a book called How to Be Here by Rob Bell. And this book was very instrumental in helping me really figure out what I wanted to do with my life at that time. And I discovered through the process that my one thing is relationships. I want to work with people I enjoy working with. I want a positive, healthy working environment with positive, healthy relationships. I want to invest in hobbies and interests and passions that create great relationships. I'm a singer-songwriter. That's what I do for fun. And I have been able to discover an incredible tribe of people like me who are all professionals and have careers and they work for a living and they don't have the opportunity to allow their singing and their songwriting to be their career. And so I have found this special tribe of people, and they've become some of my best friends. And then the other relationships that are obviously important are my family, my friends, my community. And so over time, I have created a financial life that is designed to support my one thing, to support fostering great relationships in all the areas of my life. So it might be something completely different for you, and it's something that you really have to think about and go deep and be truly honest with yourself, knowing what is most important to you and focusing on that gives meaning to your money.
Hi, this is Stephanie McCullough from Sophia Financial and the Take Back Retirement podcast. The most important proactive step that we should all take, especially women, around our money actually has nothing to do with money, or at least not directly. Step 0 of all financial planning should be to get super clear on what's most important to you, what you're trying to build, how you want to live, what you want to create for your family and your future self. What do you value most? Because money is just a tool. It's not something to be accumulated for its own sake. All of our money decisions should be in service to and in alignment with our values and what we're trying to do in life. And actually, the research shows that this is the kind of money conversation that resonates more deeply with women, right? There's all kinds of statistics showing that when a woman is widowed, she's extremely likely to leave her husband's financial advisor because chances are they were talking about the markets and beating the markets and picking the best stocks. And that just doesn't resonate as much. It's not about the money. It's about what the money can do for you. Many of the steps that we financial planners urge our clients to take are not easy. They may be simple, but they're not easy. For example, spend less money today so you can put some aside for the future. Simple. But just like avoiding the potato chips so you can lose 5 pounds, it's not always easy. Or maybe that's just me. But if you have a clearer vision of what that future savings is for, of what it means and what it can create, it's easier to take those steps. And I don't mean it's for a beach house or a round the world cruise. I really like this concept from Danielle Laporte about your core desired feelings. How do you want to feel in life? I like this approach more than focusing on the stuff you want to get or even the experiences you want to have. So for example, maybe you want to feel inspired, secure, and connected. There's actually a zillion ways to get to those feelings. And you can use a little tiny bit of money or a lot of money to get there. And what's nice is if you have a change of circumstances during your life and you've got to adjust, you can still use those desired feelings as your guide. And I'll note that if you're on this life journey with other people, a spouse or a partner, maybe a kid or a sibling, you need to have this conversation together also. Now, don't neglect doing it for yourself first. You should not subsume your desires to someone else's, as we women so often do. But it's often enlightening to have an open conversation and find out what your other person is really driving for, how they want to feel. And then you can think about how your two desires work together and how you get there. So when I say that this step has nothing to do with money, that's true and it's not true. Because in the world we live in, money is connected to all the most important things in our lives, our relationships, our feelings of self-worth, our daily needs, our security, which means that money decisions will always be emotional. And even if the best things in life are free, money is still something we have to deal with. To me, getting clear on your personal guidelines will make all your money decisions easier. Thanks so much, Roger, for having me on, and I wish you all financial good luck.
I love collaborating and getting bits of wisdom from different people with different experiences. It really flushes out our agile process so you and I can work to rock retirement. Now, starting here in just a few days, on Wednesday, we are starting a month-long series on retirement planning basics. What you need to know if you're really not into all of this retirement stuff. So we're going to explain the important things to focus on retirement, but we're going to do it in a very non-technical way. So either you or maybe your partner who is not really into this stuff can perhaps listen to some of this so they can be empowered to participate in the process. So we're going to really bring down the lingo and get rid of all the fancy stuff planners like to talk about and just talk about the important things. So, hey, we'll chat in a few days and I hope you have a great Monday. Hey, it's time for that all-important disclaimer. We so appreciate you listening to the show and love your questions and love the teaching that we're able to provide here. And actually, it helps us too. But remember, you're not our clients.
Not love it if you took advice from us on the show.
We would not love it if you took advice from us on the show. Realize it's helpful in education. Talk to your legal advisor, your tax advisor, or your financial advisor before you make any decisions.
We appreciate you joining us today for this episode of Retirement Answer Man. Be sure to visit rogerwhitney.com/answers to access the Retirement Answer Library with over 30 checklists to help you make the most of the only life you have. Remember, you have more power than you realize to create an amazing life starting today with Retirement Answer Man. The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Have a wonderful day.